Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, we're kicking off a new week with the market back up. Holy moly, look at this. I'm shooting this a little before the close, so I don't know exactly where we closed, but about 24 minutes before the close, we're up 1.5% in the spiders. Oh my goodness. And we're still, at this point in the day, below the 50-day moving average. Again, that's been kind of a very relevant technical number lately. VIX came down quite a bit, still over 20, so still somewhat elevated. But I want to talk about something else. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about optimism. So, listen. The reason that the journalists are saying the market is up today is because the Fed's Waller, who's one of the Fed governors, is calling for a 25 basis point rate cut. Now, that makes only two Fed governors who are asking for a rate cut. The other ones likely are not looking for a rate cut. Or at least for sure we don't know. Now, December 10th is the next decision day. So, what are we? 3 weeks away or something like that, right? The market now is factoring in an 81% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. That is optimistic. That is extremely optimistic. But that's what a lot of people in the financial news are saying is what's driving this market. And it probably is based on what the Fed funds contract is pricing in for the likelihood of a 25 basis point rate cut. Again, 81%. And so I think that there's a lot of possibility for other Fed governors to come out and say, yeah, well, I don't really think so. I want to wait and see. They could come out and say, yeah, I agree, but that's been seemingly less likely the case. So I think there's a good chance we could continue to have some volatility, which we love as option traders, right? Could play out to the upside, could play out to the downside, but I just certainly wouldn't want to feel like the downside move is completely done with and feel super confident that we're not going to test those lows again. So there's a reasonable possibility that some of this volatility could play out to the downside. And so we'll plan our trades accordingly. This is Dan Passarelli. Hope that helps. Trade smart.